Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Time Isn't Real podcast. We're Ragnarok Raven, and we have a bit of a sequel episode today.
Happy Pokemon
This-
Day, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have a sequel 2 days after we record because we're actually not recording on our normal day today.
right.
We're recording on Tuesday, aka Pokemon Day. We normally record on Thursdays.
It's just a sequel episode because it's a sequel to last week's when we theorized.
Yeah.
Boy, were we wrong. Thankfully.
Well,
I don't know.
Say
I
wrong.
mean, on that note, do we just want to rip the Band-Aid off and get right into how we were both wrong and right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you believe we're getting Captain Pikachu in Pokemon Go?
Oh, jeez.
Can you believe that we're getting Miraidon in Unite, but not Koraidon?
Yeah.
Can you believe that I'm buying Pokemon Violet next month?
Yes.
I can't believe it's not butter.
What do you mean next month?
This is going up next week.
No, it's not. It's going up tomorrow.
Oh.
But still
Well,
technically next month. Fuck me.
No.
No, tomorrow.
No, it's
Nope.
April. April. Next month is March.
Okay, I flubbed that hardcore.
Yeah, tomorrow
It's
is still
okay.
February.
I keep forgetting we're in a leap year. Fuck me.
Dark, I hate to tell you this, but the leap year is the day that's on Thursday.
I'll be right back.
Great start, everyone.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but the leap year day is the 29th. Tomorrow is the 28th.
Technically, it's already the 28th for me. Shut up.
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
So actually, okay, before we get into everything, I want to bring something up because just for nostalgia's sake, I was looking at a compilation video of all of the reveal trailers for each game so far,
hmm
and I came to something interesting. How would you guys say the name of the starting city in Black and White 2?
I don't even remember it.
Let me look at what this city is.
I'm pretty sure internally, at the time, I pronounced it Aspertia.
Yeah,
would
I
you
would
guys
say
pronounce
Aspertia as well.
Phoenix, Giga?
I'm Googling it. Oh, Asperia.
Nope.
There's a
Aspertia.
T.
You're
There is
missing
a
an
T.
entire letter, Phoenix.
Hey, my eyes.
Also-
my brain's fried.
Phoenix. I'm asking, looking at that, how would you pronounce this?
Asperia.
Not what does Google say.
No, I'm looking at the spelling of it. I'm on Ballopedia.
Oh, okay.
Aspertia.
Giga?
Aspertia.
The trailer calls it Aspertia.
Oh my God, I'm right.
Oh God. And we fucking clown on Phoenix for saying nuclear.
Hey, it's a New York-based region. Of course, we're going to pronounce things fucked up. Of course, it's going to be Aspertia.
That doesn't mean
It's
I
New
like
York.
it.
We have weird accent here. Taught us.
That still
What?
doesn't mean I like it.
Documentary.
Documentary.
But yeah, the trailer pronounced it Aspertia, and I'm like, what?
So it comes from asperatus clouds. So
Makes sense, but still.
if they wanted that, I think what they should have done is put an A after the T. Even then, I would still say asperatia. So
Because that's generally how that
yeah,
that cluster is pronounced in city names or location names in general in
Mhm.
English.
Okay, but also the more that I see gameplay and just reveal trailers for Cafe Remix, the more I kind of want to play it.
yeah.
I don't know what the gameplay is like as a player. I just know it from the trailers and stuff. But I was a huge fan of Pokemon Shuffle. and that seems like the spiritual successor.
I'm pretty sure it is a match 3 kind of style game, so pretty much I think it is.
No, like there's a weird thing with like they're all in a pile and you like drag things, and I don't understand.
Oh, that's
I've
weird.
played it like I played maybe like 5 minutes of it one point, and just never picked it up again for no particular reason, and it was kind of weird, but it was interesting.
Is it free?
Mhm.
I believe so. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay, I'll have to look into that then because I kind of want to just
I
play it.
want to say it's on both Switch and smartphone, but I could be wrong
I don't
about
like
that.
playing things on my smartphone.
Understandable.
I'm not sure if it's on Switch.
It is.
Oh, it is. That's cool. I might go give it a try then because I don't know if I have room for it on my phone.
Because like again, I loved Pokemon Shuffle when it was still being like actively maintained, but
Speaking of games on phones, just yesterday I just like deleted most of the games on my phone and just replaced it all with, you know, Game Boy games and SNES games.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So do we want to talk about any of the other stuff before we get to the? Actually, yeah, I want to talk about a Pokemon trading card game Pocket
Oh,
because
yeah.
oh my god, the immersive cards.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it seems to actually be pretty kind to non-players, considering that you get 2 packs a day just by being on it.
Yeah,
And
it's
who's
like I love collecting cards. I don't like
Mhm.
playing them that much.
I mean, it doesn't help that the Pokemon trading card game kinda sucks.
Mhm.
That too. That too. But like when it comes to collecting cards, Pokemon and Digimon are like top tier.
Yeah.
When it comes to playing cards, Zexal era Yu-Gi-Oh.
Or like insert computer card game here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gwent.
I did like
What?
that.
I've never actually played Gwent.
I did.
Gwent
Oh.
is if you want to know about Gwent, just go fucking ask Juno. She's a card game fucking nerd, and she's played the shit out of it.
I just like The Witcher, man.
Like I guarantee you, if you can name a computer card game, that friend of mine has probably played it at least once.
So, with all of that covered, I don't think there's too much else to talk about. I mean, other than sleep, but who cares about sleep?
Hold on. Time out. Pokemon Sleep. It was so cute seeing Raikou as a loaf.
It was. Yeah, it was cute.
I actually just loved how they portrayed Raikou there.
Mm-hmm. And just like cats, they're just loafs.
Yes.
Yep.
Because Raikou is in fact a cat.
All 3 of them are.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Comment section, if you debate me on this, you are factually incorrect because I think you Ken Sugimori said that they are cats.
I mean, it's obvious.
Like you look at them and like those are cats.
One's a tiger, one's a lion, one's a leopard.
I think it's because Suicune has the longer snout, so it looks more like a wolf.
And Entei has a few more canine features, but that's mostly because he's also inspired by the Koma Inu, otherwise known as the lion dog.
There's the weird thing with not Raikou, with Entei, where I look at it and if I don't think cat, I think bear.
Yeah, I could see that.
It does have bear features.
And I think that's again mostly due to the whole Koma Inu.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, whoever says that Raikou is a dog is blind.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this be the episode that blows up just because there's going to be like 5,000 comments arguing about whether they're cats or dogs.
I'm okay with that.
Trust me, there's going to be people saying that they're neither because they're Pokemon. Which, this is the point.
Yeah, it does.
Comments.
They're
You're
neither.
funny.
They're birds.
I've seen someone legitimately argue that they are rodents.
Huh.
What?
I don't know why, but it was actually a firm belief of theirs.
Wow.
I don't know.
There are special
Now I
people
need
out
to
there.
look at like the Gen 2 sprites and see if they look like rodents in the Gen 2 sprites because
The only thing that I can think of is because like Suicune and Raikou both have those like really skinny tails, and you can argue that Raikou is buck-toothed.
Entei has a tail?
uh,
Suicune and Raikou.
Oh.
Did I
Oh.
say Entei?
No, I must have misheard. I'm sorry.
uh you know, I guess I can see it.
No.
Yeah, like I think that's where they might have gotten it.
I see saber-toothed tiger.
Same.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
But how
looking,
much of that is because you know it's a saber-toothed tiger?
yeah, and also like looking at it through the lens of someone thinks that this is a rodent. I can see it.
And also maybe, you know, they originally saw it when they were a little kid, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's less of a thing for Entei. Like that still definitely looks more like a lion or a Komayinu.
No, that's a
Yeah, I can
giant beaver. Totally.
I mean
Uh,
beavers, rodents.
and I can also see where they got it for Suicune as well.
I mean, I guess.
See, in that, Suicune looks more like a dog in the original sprite.
Yeah. And Suicune is the only one that looks remotely like a dog to me,
Yeah.
and that's because of the long snout.
You want to know what Pokemon I thought was a rodent until very, very long after I
Oh, I think I know.
Hariyama.
Yep.
What?
I thought it was a mouse.
So there's a reason for this.
I see
Yes.
it. Oh,
So-
now I see it.
Just look at the like instead of seeing the chest as the chest, see the chest as the snout.
The second you said mouse and
So-
Hariyama, show the picture. Oh my god, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I see
It's a
it,
it's
but
a
I
giant
wouldn't
head
think
of a
that.
mouse.
Yeah, I see it.
It's kind of like how people say that the one Hitmonchan sprite looks like I think it was a Togekiss watching a Doduo that's constipated.
Yeah.
That's oddly specific, though.
That is.
But
Nate,
it's
can you go look it up because
uh,
this is like a well circulated meme. I just don't feel like searching that.
Who would have ever thought Pokemon would become Rorschach tests?
I mean, there's also Feraligatr.
It has a butt, but I know it's not a butt.
Yeah, it's just spine ridges.
Yeah.
Like people who actually think that it's a butt are forgetting that the tail exists.
Oh my god, it
Oh
does.
my god, I see it.
Does. I can
I
never
see it.
see Hitmonchan ever again like that. Oh my god. Like, that's straight up Togekiss, though.
too many
Head thingies.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what to call them.
Frills, maybe?
Who
Horns?
knows?
I guess we gotta figure out what the hell Hitmonchan is first.
It's a boxer.
I know that. I'm saying, is it more human-like than animal-like?
Yes.
But maybe it's hair?
It's more humanoid.
Maybe it's just, like, stylized hair?
Maybe? I don't know.
'Cause I don't want to think it's, like, skin folds.
I mean,
It's probably like Simpson hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone else hear that pop?
Not
No.
really.
Okay. Yeah, it might be just my end then. Maybe my headphones are dying. I don't know.
So, Pokemon Legends.
So, big news.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the meme here?
Oh, please. It's going to be the title of the episode. Please, go ahead.
Pokemon Legends as.
Oh,
I
never
mean,
mind.
ZA.
That's not the meme I was going for.
Is it
It's been
ZA
3,000
or
years.
Z2A?
It's Z-A.
Well, the thing is that Z-A, the hyphen can mean 2.
Oh.
Mhm.
See, I think
Instead of
it's
A to Z, it's Z to A.
I think it's just Z-A.
That's probably how it's going to be stylized, yeah, but I think like it is intent because the hyphen is very intentional there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I really like the naming scheme of this game is absurd because like if it was AZ, AZ, the King of Kalos, that would make sense.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. So I realized with Legends Arceus in particular, Pokemon Legends Arceus PLA Platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Pokemon Legends ZA XYZ, and then it circles back to A.
Mm-hmm. So I gotta ask a question to all of you. It's like I think it's safe to say we don't need to go over what was in the trailer. We all know it's Pokemon Legends ZA, a Kalos set a Kalos set.
Okay. But
thing.
Calling
I
it
do-
Kalos set kind of misses the point here.
I know. I know that's what I was getting ready to.
Let me just congratulate the person among us who said they wanted a Pokemon game set entirely within a city.
That was Nate. But also, like, I just want to say, like, the moment that I saw Urban Redevelopment Plan, I knew it was a Legends game, and the moment I saw Furfro, I knew it was Kalos.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Pikachu ran through a group of Pyroar, but like Furfro is such a specifically Colossian Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you...
I'll admit when I first saw Urban Development Plan, my first thought was, "Oh my God, are we actually going to get a simulation Pokemon game?"
I was gonna say that.
And I was like, "Wait, no, that would be so unlikely. That's not happening." But
I think we
I think that my brain made the association immediately to Jubilife Village versus Jubilife City. So as soon as I saw Urban Redevelopment Plan, I was like, this is a Legends game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't have quite the same amount of context from Legends Arceus just because I only played one session of it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut in here for a moment and say that I just realized what this opens the door to. A Legends game set in Castelia.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
A Legends game set in Lower Manhattan.
Or just like Manhattan in general.
Yeah. No, I'm referencing the earlier discussion.
Yeah, I know.
If Game Freak pulls this off, because on the official site it says this is their most ambitious project yet, if they pull it off, this could be a very interesting game because having a Pokemon game fully set only in a city.
The thing is that we don't know that it's only in Lumio City.
Yes, we do.
Didn't they
do?
Yes.
Wasn't that an official tweet?
Yes.
I wasn't looking at Twitter. Okay.
It's in the episode
I mean, I didn't see it on Twitter.
I mean, like, given how comparatively little of Lumios we saw in actual X and Y, there's a lot left to explore there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if they expand on it and make it more fleshed out. Canals.
So this time your saves don't get bricked by saving a certain area.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is that our top guesses for what would be revealed were Black and White remakes, Legends Black and White, a new DLC, or what was the other one?
Johto.
Let's Go Johto. And the one, they kind of faked us out with a weird emphasis on the beasts and unknown. But
yeah.
But also, like, if there would have been another DLC, it would probably have been a Kalos DLC because Paldea is literally attached to it.
Uh-huh.
So in a way, we were both right and wrong. We didn't specifically guess Legends Kalos, but we did guess Legends, and we did guess something that would probably have been Kalos.
Yeah.
And then they, out of nowhere, with the dream post of a Pokemon game set entirely in one region. I mean, an entire one city.
Wow, a Pokemon game set entirely within one
Don't
region.
break my nuggets on this one. I corrected myself fast enough.
I mean, technically that's not actually a pattern when you consider Gen 2.
Also, Gen 9.
Yeah, and you could say the Hoenn games, like the Battle
Even
Frontier
Fire
isn't
Red
in
and Leaf
Hoenn.
Green?
What the hell are you all talking about?
Fire Red and Leaf
Yeah,
Green,
because
yeah.
the Sevi Islands are explicitly not in Kanto.
Yeah. I don't know if like the Battle Frontier and places like Southern Island and stuff are canonically in or out of Hoenn. But
It's considered the Hoenn Battle Frontier, so I'd assume that at least is.
I thought for some reason that it was considered to be like outside of Hoenn, but
also Ultra Sun and Moon, where you're not even really in that universe.
Yeah, kind of. And Heart Gold and Soul Silver are technically even worse than Gold and Silver because there's also the Sinjo ruins, which aren't in either.
Yeah, like the Sinjo ruins aren't in any region.
Yep, they're halfway between Sinnoh and Johto.
Yep, which means that there must be a region between them.
Could be.
Kitakami.
Yeah, honestly, that's my headcanon too. Kitakami is between Johto and Sinnoh.
What's weird about that though is that in real life, Hokkaido is on the opposite side of Kanto from where Johto would be.
Isn't most of the regions like mirrored or reversed or upside down of the real life equivalent? Like Galar was flipped.
Kanto and Johto are basically 1-to-1.
Okay. Because I know Hoenn is what it's based off of. Is like a skewed, like a quarter or something.
Also, Paldea is basically
it's just
1-to-1.
rotated.
Okay.
Paldea is basically just the Iberian Peninsula, except there's a gigantic crater where Madrid should be.
And we're missing Angora.
If you ask the average Spaniard, that's probably a good thing.
I haven't heard much Madrid hate from the internet from people from Spain.
It's out there. When I was doing Pokemon YouTube on the old channel, when I was doing research on Spain, yeah, it's out there.
Okay.
But
I mean, I guess it makes sense. That happens in anywhere where there's a big city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ask me about that.
So
okay.
There's one thing that I want to bring up though about the potential for this particular game, and that's like tied in to the emphasis on unknown in this like Pokemon Presents. Because let me finish. Because alongside Furfrou and the Honedge line, both of which were featured in the trailer, Unknown is also currently unavailable in Gen 9.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think the unknown throughout the whole trailer is just a red herring tease to Johto that we never got.
No, I think it's because, one, it's cutesy. And I don't think it was specifically supposed to tease Johto. It's cutesy, but also it's interesting to note them because they are unable to be transferred to Generation 9 at this time.
Because Hidden Power doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Or at least it doesn't exist in the Paldea games.
Right. Okay, but going back to what I was trying to say before I stumbled over my own words, how do you all feel about a Pokemon game set entirely in a city?
I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, honestly.
I don't mind.
And like, there's no better initial test case than Lumiose, probably the biggest city in the Pokemon world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Castelia, I think in lore might be bigger.
Yes.
But in terms of actual gameplay, Lumiose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched the direct with my girlfriend, and we were like just spewing out ideas and stuff. after the direct. One thing we both came to realize, something we didn't see in X and Y, the Paris catacombs.
Ah.
We might see them.
I mean, that would be really cool, but oh,
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think they would actually be the real Paris catacombs lined with skulls. I think they would just be like some kind of underground ruin.
thing is, I could
I mean, it
also
could
see
be like-
Pokemon doing that.
It would never sell.
Or-
I mean, in China, they would lose that market.
Yeah.
But also, like, it could just be another case of the Castelia sewers.
Don't jinx this.
What? The Castelia sewers were alright.
Don't make the catacombs into sewers.
I mean,
I mean,
didn't the French already do that?
Oh shit,
Yeah.
they did! God damn
You
it,
know
France.
what else we didn't see? You know what else we didn't see the first time we had a huge city like that? The fucking metro system.
they had
Paris is
taxis.
fucking gigantic.
They had taxis.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Taxis
though.
whose drivers found you if you were broke.
I mean, it isn't the same, but it is a form of transportation.
Also, the only place we could ride Go-Go.
Yeah.
I had an idea. And depending on how, like, if you're only being set in a city, you're going to have some verticality to the game. What if they add
Yeah.
parkour to it? Parkour is French.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Aw, you don't want to jump from building to building on your Pokemon?
Maybe, but like the game would have to be built around parkour, and I do not trust Pokemon to do that.
I mean, Assassin's
That's
Creed
true.
can barely
I
do
don't
it.
trust a lot of game developers.
Right, but do you trust Game Freak to do that?
No, I said Ubisoft barely can do it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the reason that like Assassin's Creed works is because it's one, it's the theme of the game, but also like the controls work.
Yes,
I
they do.
I don't trust Pokemon to do that for the same reason that I don't trust ESO to do it.
Yeah.
Watch Game
Oh my
Freak
God,
adds
ESO
parkour.
platforming.
Game Freak adds parkour and adds fall damage.
No,
Oh, good.
Phoenix. The reason I say that is because there are several areas and dungeons where ESO attempts to become a platformer.
Ew.
It does
They are
not
bad.
succeed. It does not succeed very well.
They are
Ew.
bad.
I accidentally took out my headphones. There are also parts where it attempts to become a stealth game. It doesn't do that very well either.
That's shocking
Yeah, like,
considering Skyrim
Let's
did
not
that
make
well.
your like. I know what
Yeah,
areas you're referring to. Let's not make the enemies you have to avoid have 10 million hit points and kill you in one hit.
Yeah, like so. Obviously, ESO works differently than Skyrim.
I know.
In ESO, there isn't a sneak skill that you can just rush to 100 and stand in front of a dragon without it seeing you. In ESO, you basically just have the crouch option, and sometimes a skill or a set that you have might increase your stealth radius. Like enemies won't see you from close up. That's it. And the way that Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood DLCs get around this is by making you hide in baskets and crates. And those are the only way to avoid roaming enemies that are basically sentries that are holding lanterns where if you're standing within the circle of light, you will be revealed.
You're really not selling me on trying this game.
The thing is that I don't like those sections either. But I love the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood DLCs. I just don't like the gameplay all that much, except for the part where you're running around. I think it's Kavach, either Kavach or Anvil. I don't fucking remember. But and you'll just
watch because the arena is in that DLC.
Right, yeah. I think both of them are in the DLC, but I'm trying to remember which city it is that people do this, where you'll just see an NPC standing on 3 of his corpses.
Oh, that's Kvatch, because I know what that is.
Okay.
That's when you. I think that's Dark Brotherhood, when you go around murdering people with the Blade of Woe.
Mhm. Yeah, you have to kill like 5 people or something. And also, like, Blade of Woeing someone and then stealing their shit is like the best way to make money in that game without using a guild trader.
Yeah.
I want a Pokemon Legends MMO like that.
Yeah.
I just want an actual Pokemon MMO, to be honest.
Yeah, the closest we have is Go, and that doesn't really count.
No, it's augmented reality.
I mean, there's nothing saying that an MMO can't be augmented reality.
But like the thing is, Go is kind of light on actual gameplay, even
Yeah.
compared to the MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Give us a Pokemon MMO.
Depends on how it's
Like,
done.
if we have to pay for a fucking premium version of Nintendo Switch Online
what
for
if-
that, I would
yeah.
gladly do it.
What if instead of like actual MMO, it was more of like an instanced multiplayer thing, like Monster Hunter is?
I'd like that.
That's basically Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, but better.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of MMOs or multiplayer. I always see these games as a single player experience, and I think having the way it is in Scarlet and Violet is the best way to keep it.
If you want a single player experience in your MMO, then I have the MMO for you, good sir.
Ha.
Mhm.
But like, you wouldn't. If there's a Pokemon MMO, it wouldn't be a mini series. It would be a spin-off because they would have to test the waters first. And honestly, companies have kind of realized it's best to just have one MMO and keep updating it and keep improving it.
Yeah.
I would be fine with that.
Technically,
ESO
unless you're Square Enix.
ESO was shit when it first came out, but now it's fucking amazing.
I would just be
Opposite happened with World of Warcraft.
I would be very concerned on how it would go. Like, how bad would the grinding be in a Pokemon MMO?
I mean, not
Probably
necessarily
not
bad
that
at all.
bad.
Like, grinding isn't fun, but there are some games that can make it fun. I think Dragon Quest is actually a really good example of this.
Yeah. Especially like the Dragon Quest games that have classes in them.
Yeah.
Just because of the way they tend to do their class systems, it makes it so that you rarely have to actually grind, and when you do, you're constantly progressing.
Mm-hmm. And like,
and there are some games that have the level curve so finely tuned that you don't have to grind at all, as long as you're doing all of the content that's in
like I was about to bring up
in the way.
Yeah,
Then
Final Fantasy XIV is one of those. The main story quest line, except for a tiny stretch between level 46 and 50, is entirely set up so that you never have to grind if you're doing it.
Sardonyx is also kind of the same way. As long as you get past Rhodey and Emeralus, you probably don't have to grind for the rest of the demo.
Like, and in Final Fantasy's case, the game is set up to discourage grinding explicitly because side quests don't give you nearly as much EXP.
Yeah. Like, I'm speaking as someone who wants Sardonyx to go up to level 100 basically at the credits and not go beyond that. Managing the EXP curve is kind of a priority in my mind because there is a bit of an issue where, yes, the average player is going to have to grind if they want to beat Rhodey and Emeralus. That's why we're actually adding more trainers to Route 2. But like, the way that Sardonyx is, after you get past that bit of a choke point, the next time you have to grind is maybe at Zoltan in Ironis Black Market. And that's just because you're stuck there.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just like on a map of Japan and circling where everything is in Kanto and Johto.
Why?
That's awesome.
Because
Actually,
it's amazing how one-to-one it is.
I actually like the
I
fact
mean-
that that's a thing.
And now I'm just curious, what is here where the
We derailed so hard.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just waiting for us to get back on
we were
track.
still talking. We were still talking about Pokemon for a while there.
Mhm.
Because man, I will talk about Sardonyx all day.
Well, yeah, you're
And
one
like,
of the
this
best.
is the
I would
Time
hope
Isn't
you
Real
could.
podcast. For all we know, the
Yeah.
topic isn't real either.
Yeah, Phoenix, what was that?
And you're one of the devs. I hope you could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you say I'm one of the devs, but then look at this voice chat.
Good point.
Yeah, we're kind of all in on it.
I know.
That's why we are Ragnarok Raven.
I know.
Yeah.
But
and then on the side, there's Terrific and Zio.
yes,
Yeah.
our guests that come in every now and then.
I mean, they're both mods in the
Mhm.
the public server.
I
And
think
Zio is the reason that a couple of the variants exist.
I think I have a theory on how the story for this Pokemon ZA might go.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing around with the ideas all day long. It's like, how could they pull a story off? Obviously, Zygarde's going to be a focus of the game.
Yes.
I have a feeling that we're part of, it says that we're part of this urban renewal thing going on.
Yep.
I have a feeling this is going to, everyone keeps thinking, oh, it's all set in a city. And yes, it is all set in Lumiose City, but I think it's going to be very undeveloped. Like, I think we're going to see wilderness in the 5 quadrants still. A little bit. And we go to those quadrants and we do whatever we have to do to conquer that land, and we build the city that way. And over time, as we do this, destroying more land, destroying more nature, making it a city, I think we're going to piss off Zygarde.
I
That could-
maybe. Like my only issue with that is like if we piss off Zygarde, then why does Lumio City still exist?
We beat them.
I don't think that's the kind of plot beat that Pokemon would go for.
No. Or
I
we learn
mean-
how to coexist with them.
Maybe.
But in X and Y, Zygarde was sort of sealed away in that little tiny cave.
That is also
It
true.
wasn't sealed, it just kind of existed there.
I know,
Yeah.
but like you could interpret it as like
He got his
You
ass
know?
beat so bad he had to go into hiding. I'm just trolling with that one.
Quickly refresh my memory, Giga, because I think that you're the only one that actually saw this season of the anime all the way through. The final plot beat of Pokemon X, Y, and Z, that was in Lumiose, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So they might be pulling an anime with something going on in Lumiose, not necessarily Lumiose itself, but something going on within it that pisses off Zygarde.
I'm all for it.
Ooh.
It sounds like a plot to
Complete left field
Godzilla, and I'm all
prediction.
for that.
Complete left field prediction. You're all wrong, and this is a tie-in to the X and Y post game.
I mean, if we can see Looker
Lysander
again.
didn't die, he got sent back in time?
I mean, we are going off the
I-
assumption this is set in the past.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
technically
if
there's nothing
we're-
about the title Legends that says it has to be, really.
Not
That's the thing. No, it
necessarily,
doesn't.
but also I don't know if it was Phoenix that said this or someone that I saw on another server, but there was a comment about how it goes from the technological diagram to an old-timey sketch.
Yeah, I posted that in our
And-
episode discussion.
Yeah, and the more that I think about it, I didn't like this idea at first, but the more that I think about it, the idea that we could be going between past and present,
Mm-hmm. It's a cool idea,
Like-
isn't it?
because I compared I compared the two images, and aside from the style that they're in, they are completely identical.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't put it past them to pull something with time travel after what just happened in Scarlet and Violet.
Yes, because we still are in Gen 9 with those too, so it would
Yeah.
be fitting.
And like gens still seem to be themed even across games.
Yeah. And
there was also something that I noticed, and this has less to do with Legends and more to do with Let's Go. Because remember when I said that I was watching that trailer compilation? The Let's Go reveal trailer said your first adventure in a new style. Your first adventure in a new style. Even if they're not doing any more, they were definitely planning for more. And I don't know if that plan still holds or not.
going by the sales and the ratings, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Though, according to
they
Verlisify, and I had to quote this, idiot.
I wasn't done.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, even if they don't end up doing it now because of the poor reception to Let's Go, it was definitely in their plans to continue it.
I think if it did blow up, they would have. And if it didn't have those motion controls and the Let's Go capturing, or the Pokemon Go capturing style, I think it would have gone really well, because the art style for Let's Go, and the shiny mechanics, the overworld shinies, it was great.
Yeah, so hopefully they do make Let's Go Johto and just learn, okay, players don't like that gameplay style.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's Game Freak. They think if they get a bad review, they don't like the game, period.
Yeah.
Look what happened with Black and White.
Okay, but they also have freaking, like I mentioned this last time, I think too. They also have Toby Fox just in the team, even if he's just doing music. And if Toby Fox knows anything, it's what a fandom is like.
Well, let's hope they listen to him and
Yeah.
not just have him be the music man.
See, like, I think they might already be doing that, because something we haven't brought up yet is that the Legends ZA trailer had the Mega Evolution symbol in it.
Oh, yeah, because Megas are back. That's, if it's not in Kalos, it has to be back.
Not necessarily has to be, but the thing is that, like, Game Freak knows that players liked Mega Evolution more than they liked Dynamax or Z moves or Terrestrialization, even though Terrestrialization is like a fantastic competitive thing.
It is.
Like, it is fantastic for meta. I am speaking at like someone who has experienced Gen 5 to 7 meta. And also, I mean this both in terms of it's great to have it in meta, and it's also healthy for meta. Like, they know that people like Mega Evolution. I hope that they bring back Terrestrialization, but I don't have high hopes for it.
Terrestrializing your Mega Pokemon, how broken do you want to go?
I mean, they would probably just limit it to one of each.
I would hope so.
And also, like, they very clearly recognized that people liked regional variants.
Oh, hold on, time out. We're all assuming Legends Legends Zygarde. I'm not going to call it ZA, that sounds ridiculous. It's ZA, that's so weird.
Legend Z.
Yeah,
Legend Z.
Yeah, Pokemon Z.
Pokemon Z. Legends as.
How do we know that A isn't a different Pokemon altogether?
That's true. But
guys, can we let Phoenix talk?
We're assuming that Legends ZA is going to have online battling. Legends Arceus didn't. They didn't have battling in that game.
Where did we assume that Legends would have online battling?
Assuming that Mega Evolution is going to affect the meta again.
That's not what I stated, but
I thought that's where we were going with the conversation about Terrestrializing.
No.
Amazing.
No, that was a tangent of me hoping that they keep terrestrialization in some form in later games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope they do because I love that. Oh, I got a question for you specifically.
Oh?
How do you feel Absol's back?
Yes.
I mean, why wouldn't it be back?
It was in the trailer.
I know, but like, it was one of the first Pokemon to get a. Yeah, it was in the first wave of megas.
I know.
Yeah,
I was just
it was
saying.
like one of the first. It was like one of the first revealed
I know,
megas.
but I was just saying because Kellyanne was upset because Absol wasn't in Scarlet and Violet.
Yes. I am happy that I will be able to bring Renegade into a Gen 9 game.
And you're going to get to see its new textures.
Yes.
Hooray!
Yes, both of my mascot Pokemon can now join me in Gen 9, even though they're in different. Unless Latios ends up in Legends. That would be interesting.
That would be. Which do you think they're going to go full like have a similar pattern to what they did with Legends Arceus and have like a new member to some old team a trio get a new member?
God, I hope so.
Which one do you think it would be?
Because think about it, like Arceus is the alpha, but that doesn't necessarily make it the A. Like, yes, alpha is A, but they're in two different alphabets.
Hold on, where are you going with this?
I'm just saying that they're. If you haven't noticed, Kalos only has 3 legendaries.
Oh, you think we might get a fourth to that group? I was thinking of like how you got Amoris to the forces of nature.
That was so
Amoris.
butchered.
I don't like that Pokemon.
Because it's fine.
I like you didn't blame it on your New York accent.
No, that one I can't blame. I don't know the Pokemon well enough to know its name. I called it once.
Amoris. Because it's based on being enamored.
Yes. No, but like one of those side like let's say if we got a Latios, and a third Lottie.
No.
Aw.
There is a reason for that very firm no, and I cannot say it on recording.
Okay. But let me think. What other legend? The Lake Spirits?
Just give us more Reggies, I guess.
We already have 6 of them.
I wouldn't mind more. I like the fact that they're based on like eras, like the Dark Age, Modern Age.
Yes, but we already have 6 of them.
I don't count Regigigas as part of the Reggies. He's their leader.
Okay, but we already have 5 of them.
Let's get a 6 so we can have a whole team.
Every type.
Actually,
no.
I don't count Regigigas as part of the Reggies.
I do.
I know. He kind of is.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, he kind of is. He's their leader. What about the Lake Spirits? Could there be an extra Lake Spirit added?
Maybe, but like you have willpower, emotion, and knowledge, and that's like the recipe for just cognitive human mind.
I'm not sure what else could go.
I say as I'm making a vague, wavy gesture that you guys can't
see.
I gotta think more. Oh, we have those. No, that's too new. I was going to say.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. We didn't realize that the Kami trio / quartet was what they were until Enamoris came out. Because then we all realized, oh, they're the 4 divine beasts.
That's very true.
So there could be just another trio out there that we don't realize is like a reference to something until they bring another legendary into it that makes the reference clear.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think what legendary group feels incomplete or random.
Because, for example, Latios and Latias are based on a couple things. The most obvious is the Aeons, but there's also something that you might recognize because I named something after it. The Avalarian, which is a mythological bird where only 2 exist at a time, a male and female, and they lay an egg and then die. And that was what I named that shiny Volchik in your uranium playthrough.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love how this just tied back to something so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, the Latios and Latias are based on the Avalarian. So if they add another one of those, it would probably be the egg.
So that's why that really cuts them out.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god. No, guys, I just had a stupid theory.
go on.
What else is an egg that has red, white, and blue on it?
Togepi?
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
New theory. Togepi is related to Latios and Latias.
I've seen that theory before. Oh my, like,
No.
New
Togekiss
theory.
is a Lati. I've
No.
seen this theory before.
It's like, it's an egg and it's white and it has red and blue triangles on it.
And
The
you know
funny thing that actually makes this possible is that technically there could have been more than one Lati duo. It's just that the one we always see is the most recent.
Yeah, and like even in Heroes, we never see two Latios at a time. We've seen two Latios, but not two Latios.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that also other thing in Heroes where it got mentioned that the Latios and Latias are siblings. And their father died saving Altamar. There's only two at a time. There's only one pair, or one complete pair at a time.
Incest?
I mean, it doesn't count as incest if, like, they're all just, like, the same family. Like,
Or is
all
Ash
the way
the
down.
father?
No.
God, don't.
A kiss does not impregnate the Latias.
I'm just memeing.
Phoenix, do we have to get the FBI involved?
Well, considering I'm the one who's adamantly against the stuff you're referring to, no.
Also, Ash is 10.
Ash is an ageless demigod.
That too, but he's also canonically 10 somehow.
For the past 20 years.
Even though exactly a year passed between the start of the series and that one special in the Entei movie with the Pikachu and Pichu, because Ash specifically mentioned it's the anniversary of when he met Pikachu, and that was on his 10th birthday, so he has to be 11.
He should be 11.
He has to be 11, but then, like, I think either Unova or Kalos intro called him 10. Or it was a movie. I don't know. But, like,
Ash doesn't make any fucking sense.
Ash de-aged because there is no possible way. Like, also, let's just mention that this is assuming that only a year passed between I Choose You and the Pikachu and Pichu. Because let's not also forget that there was a part that explicitly mentioned that it was 2 months until the Indigo Conference. So we are assuming that only a year passed. He has to be at least 11, but he should be like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Let's not think too hard about Ash Ketchum, though, because it will break our brains.
He should be in his 30s.
No, I think he would be maybe 18 at most, following anime logic.
Okay, anime logic. Okay, if we go by that, not real world
And
time.
also think about it, like, most episodes maybe span a day, sometimes less.
Yeah. Plus, there are two-parters, and then there's
Yeah.
episodes that span multiple days. But like, if we
I think if you average it out, you can imagine it as one episode a day. Is one day.
Yeah, because like if we go by just episode count equals number of days, then you run into the Phineas and Ferb problem.
I'm not as familiar.
I've never
with
watched that.
The Phineas and Ferb problem is that they're always in summer vacation. And
Okay.
the theme song even mentions there's 104 days in summer vacation, and also that's just not true.
I think the moral of the story is be careful what you wish upon a ho-ho.
Ho-ho?
Ho, ho, ho. Holy shit, Nate.
Yeah.
I love that you actually did this. This is cool.
Do you like my realization about Olivine?
Oh my god, the Moo Moo Farm makes so much sense now. Yeah.
Like Olivine is based on Kobe, so of course they put the Moo Moo Farm
Oh god,
there.
yeah.
Like, oh my god.
What is when you
Also,
circle with Violet? What's that supposed to be? What's Violet?
Violet City.
Oh, my brain goes to Paldea.
Yeah, Violet City.
This is cool.
Also, I know it says New Bark, but I can only read New Bart.
Yeah, New Bart.
Listen, I'm writing with my mouse in Paint.
Then use the text tool.
Also, I didn't think that was. I didn't think that was Cianwood at first. I thought it was fucking Clonwood.
Clamwood.
No, that's not an M. That looks more like an N.
Yeah, I could have typed, but also I wouldn't have been able to get like the slants in, and then everything would be overlapping more in a way that.
I also love how there's so much going on in that part of Kanto that you just circled a giant area of Tokyo and said the cities.
I mean,
Yeah, because
are Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You know,
just funny to see it like that though.
it's basically all one big city, even in game. And that's putting together Cerulean, Celadon, Saffron, and Vermilion.
I like how you also didn't circle like what is probably the Seafoam Islands.
Yeah,
because
I just
under the A in palette.
It's
Yeah.
assumed.
But like, Kanto and Johto are basically 1-to-1.
Yeah.
I wonder why they stopped doing this. Doing it 1-to-1, I mean.
I mean, well, Kalos is pretty 1-to-1.
It
Paldea
is.
is 1-to-1.
Those two definitely are, yeah.
Unova's kind of 1-to-1, except for the fact that there's a desert where there shouldn't be one.
There's a lot of things in Unova that shouldn't be there, like mountains.
And the fact that there's more going on in New Jersey than there should be.
The fact that there's now mountains in New York City.
It's not even that it's unrealistic for things to be going on in New Jersey. It's just that there shouldn't be anything going on in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who actually cares about New Jersey?
I mean, not me.
Like, ask any random person on the street, do you care about New Jersey? The answer is probably no.
I think it's safe to say New Jersey is one of the most hated states in the United States, along with California.
I don't hate it.
Not
I
even,
just don't care
not
about
even
it.
just hated. People genuinely don't give a shit about New Jersey unless they're from
Yeah.
New Jersey.
That's true. It's true.
And New Yorkers hate New Jersey, so
Yes.
There's a similar thing going on with Vermont.
Hold up. I like Vermont.
Okay, but you're not the average person. I'm saying that, like, ask some random person on the street, do you care about Vermont? They'll probably say no.
Have you ever had Vermont?
Let's not forget about Delaware, because everyone does.
I mean, fuck Delaware.
What's wrong with Delaware?
Exactly. No, there's nothing there. It's a back state.
Delaware doesn't exist.
Actually, Delaware's an awful place. I've been there once. It's awful.
The meme is Delaware only exists on corporate registration papers.
So what else is there to talk about? We're about an hour in.
I mean, there's a lot we could go back to with
Yeah.
with Pokemon ZA.
Yeah. Okay, listen. I just want the Floette.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
They have to. If they don't, that's like a kick to the nuts. If they don't give us Daisy's
because
Floette
not only that, but I think Light of Ruin is actually in Scarlet and Violet's code.
It is. You can get it with Metronome.
Yeah, it's similar to how the Latios and Latias site were in X and Y's code.
Mm-hmm. You could only hack them in.
Yeah.
I have a fun theory.
They were in the code, but never meant to be in that game. So it's not unreasonable to think, let's just code in Light of Ruin, so we have it done with.
Mm-hmm. Because it's already there. And if we're going to be actually seeing it or fighting it or anything, I mean, if it's going to be like Legends Arceus, every Pokemon in this Poke Games Dex is going to be catchable, no matter what.
Yeah.
That means eventually we will have to be given AZ's Floette. Finally. But
unless it's not in the Dex, but like they've done that so few times, and it's only ever been with the Pikachu line.
Yeah.
Did you know that Spiky-eared Pichu is the only Pokemon without a 3D model?
And I miss it.
Yeah.
That was the best Pichu.
I don't understand. Okay, so I vaguely understand why they didn't let us keep Spiky-eared Pichu. I hate it, but I understand it. Why couldn't we keep Cosplay Pikachu?
Cosplay Pikachu should have stayed. Because that was actually made Pikachu good.
Because also, we have the Ash-capped Pikachus. Why can't we have Cosplay Pikachu?
It's a damn good question. Like, it made Pikachu viably usable in some cases.
Yeah, and like, that's kind of a feat in and of itself, because guess what? Pikachu with Light Ball is still worse than Raichu.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has like 5 fewer special attack and nothing else.
Isn't it just a little faster too?
No, Pikachu is actually slower than Raichu.
Oh, the anime lied to me.
Yeah, it did.
Bastards.
I think what the anime was trying to get across wasn't that Pikachu was faster, it's that it learned agility.
Huh. Yeah.
Where Raichu doesn't.
Then it killed how many Spearow at the first episode and got a lot of speed EVs?
But it was Gen 1. It doesn't quite work like that.
That is true. Going back to Mega Evolution's return, you know what would be really cool? I don't know if they're going to do this. It depends on how important Zygarde is. What if they gave Zygarde a Mega Evolution at every form?
No.
It wouldn't make any sense.
It's
No, it wouldn't, but
already
it'd be cool.
got something equivalent to a Mega.
It kind of has a Mega built in, is the point.
That is true. It does. So Mega Charizard Z, we all expect that.
Honestly,
I don't know about Mega Mewtwo Z unless there's some time travel shenanigans. Because if this is in the past, Mewtwo doesn't exist.
That's fair.
something Porygons in Legends Arceus.
That worked because of time space anomalies.
Easy.
I know.
Unless it is like what we thought about going back and forth through time. That would be the only way you could.
I would not mind if we're going past and future, even though it's not nearly enough in the past and future or present to have paradox mons. But I don't think they're letting that concept go.
No, I think we will see. There's something weird about this game because they made it a specific thing going back and forth with the art styles from future to past. So I think something weird is going to go on with this game.
I mean, what if the paradox forms are more like alt histories? So, like, imagine steampunk.
Oh my god!
Yes,
paradoxes.
I mean, Magearna was built in Kalos, and she is an automaton.
Oh my god, I would love that.
As a whore for steampunk, yes, please.
I just thought of that, just.
I mean, I have a fucking steampunk region.
And I just like
Oh
automatons.
my god! And this isn't so much for Legends Z, but like in general, imagine a game with paradox forms that were steampunk and dieselpunk.
Oh yes,
my-
please! I love both of those.
I would even just take steampunk and cyberpunk.
That
Oh,
too.
stop it! You're gonna. Yes.
Which, by the way, that was a past art fight prompt.
I just mentioned dieselpunk because like the world needs more dieselpunk.
It does. There's
Yeah.
not enough love for it.
Can you explain dieselpunk? Because I'm
World War
II. World War II. Usually a lot of brutalism in terms of like the architecture style. Big locomotives.
I would say
Stuff
even
like
maybe
that.
even like early rocket power instead of like propellers for airships.
Okay. So like World War II to Cold War era,
Yes,
maybe.
Yeah.
but everything's powered by
Okay, I can
diesel.
see that.
Everything,
I can see that.
and everything's slick with oil.
The one issue I see with that is that steampunk and dieselpunk would be very similar to each other to the point where I wouldn't see them being both in one game.
It would have to be steampunk and cyberpunk.
Yeah, or something equivalent.
Man, if we're doing a fucking cyberpunk Pokemon game, I win. I personally win.
I mean, aren't we already kind of halfway there with Legends Z anyway, with the whole set in one city thing?
Yes, we are. Like we are. I mean, oh man, I'm just about to start gushing about cyberpunk. That people are freaking out. Like that was the thing I saw. Like the quote unquote hive mind of the internet, especially on 4chan, Reddit. Especially, they were freaking out. Oh no, one city, a game set in all in one city. It's going to be terrible, terrible, terrible. And everyone started listing off all the games that take place all in one city that are perfect. I mean, if it worked for, God, that dieselpunk looks good. If it worked for like Yakuza and Cyberpunk, it's going to work. Grand Theft Auto.
I have something that I just realized. There's kind of a thing with like Pokemon games kind of foreshadowing the next one, whether that's in like the mythical being a specific theming or just new like mechanics or quote unquote tech that's in a game being more of a focus in the next game. I just realized that Legends Arceus foreshadowed the whole riding the motorcycle dragon thing. And now we're getting a game set in a city where one of the like main attractions in the trailers was that you could ride a go-go.
Ride Pokemon confirmed?
I think so, and I think it might be not more of a focus, because that was kind of like the entire plot of Scarlet and Violet, but like more in the vein of how Scarlet and Violet work rather than how Legends Arceus worked.
Well, also, let's not forget, X and Y introduced a lot of ride Pokemon for the first time. Yes. Rhyhorns, Go-Goat, Skidoo.
Okay, so we've had ride Pokemon since Gen 6. Technically, I think they skipped like Sword and Shield or something. Unless you count the Corviknight Taxi, but
or Rotom Bike.
That doesn't count.
I know it doesn't.
But also, like, was it X and Y or Sun and Moon that introduced Machamp as a ride?
Sun and Moon.
Okay.
And he just carried you in his arms.
Yeah. Sun and Moon introduced Machamp and Tauros and Stoutland and technically Charizard. And was it both Lapras and Torpedo?
Yes.
Who'd you surf on in Ultra Sun and Moon?
Typically Sharknado because I go fast.
No, like surf, like actual surfing between the islands.
Oh.
Mantine?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't there
that's
something with
Mantine.
Mantine?
Yeah, it was a fun
Oh, yeah.
little mini game.
When you were asking that, I was like, a boat?
No, that was Sun and Moon. They changed it for Ultra Sun and Moon. I gotta go play those
Okay.
again. Those were good games.
I should
Isn't
play
it
them
still
for
a
the
boat?
first time. That's what I should have done as background.
Oh,
Sun
A
and
Bomb of
Moon.
Snow, I think, was another one, wasn't it?
No.
In X and Y?
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Wait, no.
Oh.
No, it was Man was fine.
Oh, Mammoth
Yeah.
Swine. Okay.
Mammoth broke
Close
the
enough.
ice.
Obama swine.
Close enough.
My favorite fusion.
So it was Skiddo, Go-Goat, Rhyhorn, Mamoswine. I could have sworn there was another.
I feel like there would have been something else.
I remember. I'm remembering something about electricity. Maybe it was near the power plant. I don't remember.
No, that doesn't sound about right.
Huh.
Pokéride. Cerebi has a list. Tauros, Stoutland, Mudsdale, Machamp. No, right.
That's Gen 7.
We forgot all about Mudsdale.
Same.
Wait, we were able to ride Mudsdale?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because that's stupid area.
Yeah.
I just remember I used to ride the Tauros to hatch the eggs, and that was about it.
Yeah, so it's kind of a trend on like daycare routes, quote unquote, where there's like usually a long stretch where you can just ride your bike back and forth, but in Sun and Moon,
it was weird.
Was that you go into this little fenced-in area, get Tauros, and then just spin.
Yeah.
That's the jankiest shit I have ever heard.
No, it's actually kind of amazing.
It's like almost it was intended.
The reason that it works is because you're in this tiny fenced area where the Tauros barely has room to turn around, basically. And it also can't leave because the way in is too small. Tauros' gimmick is that you can have it charge, which increases your speed. And so if you start charging while you're in that area, all you have to do is spin the circle pad around a bunch until the egg hatches.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one rotation was 4 steps.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like it definitely says something that there was a straightaway literally right next to that place, and yet that was more efficient.
The problem was that the straight shot also led to map transitions on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it was a map transition on the south side and maybe a patch of grass on the north. But the issue was that there was a map transition which breaks the flow of hatching the egg.
I will still say X and Y had the best hatching thing. Just go to Lumiois City to the center and stick a dime under the circle pad.
Yeah.
Lumiois.
Hey, that's how I've always pronounced it.
Also the battle subway in Unova.
Oh yeah, that had it too.
Yeah, but the issue with that is that there was a straight shot on the Unova daycare route.
And then Scarlet and Violet came and made it easier than pie.
Yep. I forget, does the egg counter go down when you're flying?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure because it never really seemed to do that for me.
It did it for me. It's like I would jump off, glide, and land, and it immediately hatched.
Okay. So it's probably more that it can't hatch in the air.
Yes.
Do you know if there's a difference between flying and gliding in that case?
Same thing.
Okay.
As long as you're moving and traveling a distance, that's all that matters.
Okay. It also doesn't help that I'm hatching Dreepy.
Yeah, they take long to hatch.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dreepy. And it also gives me just trade fodder for the League Club.
Yep. Since we are getting close to the tail,
I will give I will give all these NPCs baby Dreepy, and they will love them.
Yeah, it's fitting. Since we are getting to the tail end
Pokemon
of
Dreepy version.
Since we're getting to
You're
the tail
saying,
end of the podcast, we know Mega Evolution's coming back, and we know we're probably
or at
going
least it's a safe,
huh?
or at least it's a safe bet because they literally showed the symbol for it.
It's coming back. I think it's a safe bet that we can assume that there's going to be new Mega Evolutions.
Hopefully.
Who would you like to see?
I mean,
without
my answer is obvious.
Without stating the obvious.
Because the obvious choices are like Flygon, Milotic,
Jinx.
Right, yeah.
Jinx needs some love. I mean, it got screwed over with an evolution in Gen 4.
Yeah.
The thing is making and Violet.
Yeah, the thing is making a regular evolution for Jinx is really hard because its artistic concept is complete.
Yeah, it's a complete Pokemon basically. So it would have to have a Mega, like Pinsir and technically Scyther, even though it's actually Scizor.
Mega Cleavor?
An evolution
that
of
would
Mr. Mime.
Probably not.
Okay, but like think about it, an evolution of Mr. Mime because we're in France.
Yeah. I still want a fucking Duck Orange evolution to Farfetch'd.
I have an idea that I'm surprised that Nate hasn't already said. Mega Ledian.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I
can remind you guys that I am in fact me and say Mega Magnezone.
I like that idea.
I wouldn't mind that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I think I know one of the starters already.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Snivy. It was on the gate of the palace.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's based on French royalty.
Question is,
also, I just realized we were robbed because imagine if we had Legends Kyurem or Legends Gray or whatever.
It'll happen.
No, but like imagine we had that and we could see Chorus's ancestor.
It'll happen still though.
I want the craziest fucking Internet Explorer hairstyle to appear again.
Jesus.
Oh god.
Since it's Internet Explorer's ancestor, it has to be a Netscape hairstyle.
Oh god. But like Vola was done so well.
Vola was?
Like, yeah, Vola.
I'm saying yes, it was.
Vola was done so well. I want Chorus to have the same treatment.
Yeah, that would be cool.
In case you can't tell, Chorus is like my crush from Gen 5.
Same thing with the manga authors for Pokemon Adventures.
I feel like saying there's always someone in a region for me, but I don't think that's actually true.
Kanto.
We all have someone because I'm a known Looker stan.
Yeah, Looker was a great one too.
I just kind of want to start naming off the regions and seeing if you have crushes in those regions.
I probably do. I just don't remember them offhand. Like, I know Chorus is mine for Gen 5, but I feel like there were others that I guess. Yeah, Gladion. Like, I wish there was just Is there a list of Pokemon NPCs per region?
Yes,
Okay.
there actually is.
Okay, give.
This is how we're gonna end the podcast, eh?
So we're
Yes.
doing a smash or pass real quick, right?
No,
No.
not doing this again.
We're not staying up to 5 o'clock this time.
No. And also, this is just me saying who I have a crush on.
I'm trying to think if was there any that I found attractive in those games. I mean, Lusamine. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Lists of characters. List of game characters.
Cynthia.
Of course.
Cynthia's just like the vanilla one everyone thinks is hot.
Yeah.
She is hot though. Like they purposely made her hot.
I don't think that this would count as a crush because he's honestly like
This is the
it would
closest I can find so far.
it would be creepy for me to say that I have a crush on him. So I don't think that I have a crush on him. But Kieran, I
can
feel
see
like
that.
one of the only people that actually loves Kieran prior to Indigo Disc.
Oh, him.
From what I've seen, he's a cool character. Like
He's a bit of a pushover. I felt bad for him.
Isn't that kind of the point of
Yeah,
his character development?
I felt bad for him in the first DLC. That was gladly trouncing around with Ogerpon in my party in the second DLC because he became a complete asshole. But that's the character arc.
Yeah, but I liked Kieran a lot. Like, regardless of his assholeness, he basically like he's like Rhodey but a pushover. Closest in Gen 1 is Lance.
Yeah.
Closest
Lance was in Gen 1.
Yeah. Closest in Gen 2 is probably honestly Silver. Or Faulkner. Like, he's just cute.
I will say that, like, I actually really enjoy how goofy Claire's character is.
Yeah.
In terms of her personality.
Yeah.
Like, she has this really epic look to her, but she's kind of childish and, you know. I don't know. I appreciate that.
I do not believe that I have a crush in Gen 3. Partly because I never actually played the GameCube games. Otherwise, I think maybe Wes might qualify, but I don't have any emotional attachment to him.
I mean, Wes is barely a character.
Yeah.
When in doubt, Steven.
Yeah.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Shelly.
Honestly, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Maxi.
That's fair. Like, I can't see anyone else.
My brain wants to just meme and say, Gen 3 Shadow Lugia. Speaking of, Wim has been modding her Game Boy Advance SP and was looking through like old save files and stuff, and she has a purified XD001 that she's probably going to clone and give me a copy of.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, actually, honestly, out of left field, Spencer.
Who the hell's Spencer?
What?
Exactly.
Why
Oh,
Spencer?
Who?
Oh, that's Spencer.
Who did you think I was talking about?
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think there's
honestly, probably him.
Gen 5
Yeah,
ain't
I
got
can see
that
that.
many.
Yeah. Like, and also this kind of question is difficult for me because, like, I never even had a crush at all. So, like, you know, I just go by which character is my favorite character because they look cool, you know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or
I
or have a cool personality.
I have an out of left field for Gen 4.
Mm-hmm.
Faulkner.
I understand that.
That doesn't seem out of left field for you.
Okay.
No.
Gen 5 is obviously Colress.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I like how this page mentions Shigeki Morimoto.
Yeah, like with Gen 4, I would have expected either Faulkner or Riley from you.
Riley is a close second. In part because I actually really love the Prince Aaron design.
You're really just proving my point there.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. But also, yeah, Colress. Gen 6. I mean, the obvious choice is Sycamore, but, like, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, he did earn the nickname Sexy More for a reason.
Oh, good lord.
Hey, I'm not saying I find him attractive. I'm a straight man, but they purposely made him a thirst trap.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot that this was a Gen 6 game. Yeah, I do have a crush. Who does not have a page? Okay. Why do you not have a page, Luca?
What the fuck is Luca?
Fine, I'll. Okay, so let me just link his image then. So Luca was a character from one of the mobile games that went defunct called Pokemon Duel. It was a smartphone online version of a very short-lived thing that they tried to do in Gen 3 called the trading figure game. Where you yeah. And I miss Pokemon Duel so much. But also I loved this character. So fun fact, actually. Someone made a you know what, I'm just going to show you this because then you'll kind of understand my brain a little bit if I can actually manage to. Why is it always like this? But in transitions, it sure is. So look at Luca for a minute, and I'm going to post an image that should make you understand something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone made a versus sprite for Luca that I then turned into Kaiser. But yeah, like I miss Pokemon Duel for many reasons. I never finished the story, unfortunately. Gen 7, probably Gladion. Why is Necrozma listed as an NPC?
I mean, Rotom is too.
For Gen 7, one character I really like is Kahili, but that's just because of one panel in the manga. She's standing on her Skarmory, and she's got a golf club in her hand and is about to fucking drive a Pokeball where it needs to go from the back of her Skarmory. It's so ridiculous, but so amazing.
Wick's not bad either. Like, I'm realizing I'm just going for characters I find attractive now instead of crushes.
Yeah. I don't think I have a crush from Gen 8.
I mean, I cannot stand half these characters.
I mean, I don't mind most of them, but I just don't have a crush on any of them.
Nessa's, I guess.
I've only experienced Gen 8 through the manga, and again, like, I don't. Yeah, it's not attracted to in my case. It's just characters that I thought were cool. But Alistair was really cool in the manga.
Yeah.
And I also enjoyed Bede in the manga. And I know everyone hates Bede, but
I don't mind him. But also, never mind, because I forgot that Volo was Gen 8.
Kagita's nice. It's just Cynthia, though.
Yeah.
Volo's just Cynthia as well.
Yeah. And it makes sense, isn't...
They're both his Cynthia's ancestor.
Yeah, isn't she his grandmother or something? Or aunt or something like that?
They never really confirmed that. Like, I always just assumed that.
Okay. There's actually a lot in Gen 9. Like,
yeah.
Fucking, like, oh my god, like, I'm straight, but Rika.
Yeah.
The
Rika,
nurse.
fucking best girl. What?
The nurse, Miriam.
She's not.
Look.
But yeah, just I'm straight, but Rika.
Rika's cool. I like Rika.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rika's great.
I feel like Kaiser actively likes Rika.
Like, you rarely see a female character pull off a pantsuit solo.
Yeah.
Professor Sada. So there's also that.
Like when I said that there's a lot in Gen 9, I'm like looking at Arvin, I'm looking at Turo, I'm looking at Kieran. And then I saw Rika and like, yeah, Rika.
Some of my favorite characters are like Larry, of course.
Larry.
Rika's great. Hassel is great, especially with his like.
I like Larry, but I don't have a crush on him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
like,
either.
I like Larry. I just like him.
Also, Drayton.
Awesome. Yeah.
I also really like Hassel's will they won't they relationship with Brassius.
Yeah,
to me is hilarious.
It was good.
Like, that is the closest Pokemon I think will ever come to actually, having a gay relationship.
Okay, actually, I need to amend something. When it comes to Gen 4, Grovyle.
Yeah.
Grovyle was my childhood crush. What?
We've played this game already.
Yeah. No, like that specific Grovyle was absolutely my favorite character and my childhood crush.
Yeah. Atticus was hilarious to me, and I loved him. Then again, I loved all of the Team Star captains. Yeah. I also really like Rhyfor.
I just love how this turned into who we find attractive to. Oh, I like this character.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it's going to be with me.
Well,
because...
okay. So, in my case, it's not necessarily attracted to, because to me, a crush isn't necessarily about physical attraction, which, again, is why I listed Rika.
Mm-hmm.
And also why I listed Grovyle. I go to Grovyle's page on Bulbapedia, and it just says, current location in the future.
The future.
Oh. I mean, it's not wrong.
I mean, it's not, but that's not a location.
Future.
My current location is 2024.
Are you sure about that? Time isn't real after
England
all.
is my city.
my current location is still 2016, unfortunately.
I'm currently lost. I don't know where I am or who I am. I have an identity crisis. My name is one thing, but I call myself Phoenix.
I mean...
I know, we all have our pseudonames.
Yeah.
Unless you're Nate.
Hey, I technically do. It's just...
You're also technically a phone, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how that just devolved into in-jokes.
Mm-hmm. But I think we've about covered the topic by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a question for all of you.
Okay.
Are you excited for Pokemon Legends ZA?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too. Dark?
Yeah, if I can afford it, I'll get it in future, I guess.
He hasn't even played Legends Arceus yet.
I mean,
I haven't even played anything past Gen 5 yet.
True.
I probably won't buy it. It's a Pokemon game, so they'll get enough money, but I'll find a way to play it. So
Yeah.
We look the other way, don't worry.
I know.
I mean, the main reason that I buy is that like I don't understand how certain fruits work. Anyway.
There are going to be some people who are watching this are going to be so goddamn confused to this, and then there are going to be people who are like, right?
Yeah. If you think about it, like the last two of them have been fruit related. Like.
Mm-hmm. And one of those is currently being nuked from orbit by the Big Daddy itself.
That'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Just go underground.
Yeah. Hand it off to someone else like the uranium devs did.
Yep.
That's literally what happened.
I know.
Release the source code on GitHub.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Did Uranium ever get its post game?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I should go replay. I should go back and finish that.
I kind of like lost interest in Uranium as far as the community went. I don't remember why exactly, but I was like huge into what they called the Breeders Guild, where it was just a Discord server of people that bred things in Uranium and threw them onto Wonder Trade, basically.
The Pokemon community sometimes amazes me how far they go and how big they build things.
Yeah, honestly, when Sardonyx is finished, I do want to have a community like that for just people who want to breed and trade things.
You probably
I know
will.
that it's a long way out, and also just like that's difficult to do. But we have a server admin right here.
Poor one, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's safe to say we're all poor in this little group right now.
Yeah.
Okay, which sense of poor are we talking about?
Money.
Okay, you just spent $75 on a commission.
I have no answer to that.
I feel like a good answer to that is exactly.
And that's why we're currently poor.
No, he's poor because he spends all his money on audio equipment he never uses.
Shut up.
Hey, I understand that. I have so much art supplies I don't even touch. I just buy it and look at it. It just sits in my room.
Yeah. Most of my money I end up eating because DoorDash. Anyway.
Just end this whole thing already.
Okay then.